With the WCA's recent announcement that they will be removing clock from the list of official events in 2027, I have a non-WCA unboxing to do, as I so often do, because today I've got some non-WCA clock puzzles to unbox. And now that a bunch of people have yelled at me in the comments for calling clock a non-WCA puzzle, I'm going to reveal that these puzzles were never WCA to begin with, because they're not even normal clocks. I've wanted these puzzles in my collection for a little while, so when QiYi made speed versions of them, as well as Shangxiao, but their pentagonal clock has a weird center clock that is asymmetrical and I don't like it, then I knew I had to get my hands on them. So let's get into this. Let's start with the triangular clock. Whoa, this thing actually looks sick. Alright, so it's got all this fancy packaging. Oh, it comes with a bag? That's actually fire. Okay. I was gonna make fun of QiYi for putting nothing under there, but it looks like I was mistaken. I'm also going to ignore the fact that this says 3x3 clock and this says 5x5 clock, because that is a stupid way to name them. That implies that this is a 4x4 clock, and I think we can agree that that is not the case. Anyway, this bag is actually fire. It's got like an imprint of the triangle clock on it, as you can see. And I've got a little card of this guy who I believe is the designer of it, as well as just these images of the triangle clock. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I've also got instructions, but we won't be needing those. And finally, let's talk about the puzzle itself. It's smaller than I expected it to be, and it's also shaped a little bit like what you'd expect a triangle egg to look like, if that makes any sense. It's not quite circular, but I think that suits this puzzle. And yeah, let's get into the solve. So turning is good. They basically just took the concept of their like speed clock and just put it on a triangle, I think. Let's scramble this thing up. That looks sufficiently scrambled to me, so let's start off with solving this. So first thing I'm noticing is there's no center, so I can't really do my usual method of just pairing the centers with everything, but what I can do is pair these edges up with each other, and that should basically accomplish the same thing. Alright, and now the corners are still going to be the same on both sides, just like on a normal clock, so we can do what we do on a normal clock for that, which is just rotate everything to match the corners, and now we have solved the triangle clock. Yippee. But yeah, this is just a fun little puzzle to take with you. It's very compact, you know, like I said, it's smaller than I expected, so it's easy to take with you on the go, and I can see why people speed solve this unofficially if they enjoy clock. I just noticed that this thing has a little sticker on the bottom that I would like to remove. There's a little plastic thing on it. Okay, now it's just a shinier sticker. I guess that's just there now. Okay. That's slightly bothersome, but we can ignore it. I've solved this puzzle before, so this wasn't really a challenge for me. What I haven't solved before is the Pentagram Clock, which I'm hoping also comes with a cool little bag. Let's go, dude. I just turned 6. Let's get this thing open. I'm finally old enough to have one. And this thing is a bit bigger, which I expected after opening the triangle clock. Once again, we've got instructions with like notation for blind solving or something. We've got the same designer card as well as more pictures of the clock itself. The background looks way cooler than the actual clock. Like, the clock looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry, look at that. That background is incredible. Now that that's out of the way, yo, it does come with a cool bag. Check that out. Okay, this is peak. So I was gonna complain about these two puzzles being overpriced, but honestly, I don't believe that now that I've seen these bags and just how the puzzles are actually really cool and turn well. I didn't think they'd put that much effort into a non-WCA puzzle, but think again, I guess. Anyway, this puzzle, you know, of course it requires a bit more force to turn because you're moving 10 gears around instead of 9, I guess. It actually is easier to turn than I expected it would be, which is, you know, a good thing, 1000%. So let's get this thing scrambled up. Whoa, okay. Holy, look at how well that spins. It's like addictive. God damn. Alright then. Alrighty, this is all scrambled up now, so let's start the solve. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time and just try to match as many of these edges as possible with each other. And now I'm going to do that on the opposite side. These are quite easy to solve, as you can see, but that goes for all clock puzzles. Alright, now we've got all these edges matching on both sides, so we can do the corners. And we are done. That was very easy. And actually I would consider both of these puzzles to be easier than the original clock, just because this has a centerpiece and these ones don't. Otherwise, it's just the same solve, but with more pieces, kind of like a big cube. So maybe QiYi was right to call this a 5x5 clock. No, I'm just kidding, the name's still stupid. But yeah, both of these puzzles are really cool. I hope you enjoyed my non-WCA unboxing for a non-WCA event. Comment what else you'd like to see me unbox, or just yell at me for joking about clock being a non-WCA puzzle, I don't really care. But yeah, these are both fun puzzles. Like I said, I was going to complain about them being overpriced, but they're actually really high quality, so I'd say they're worth it. And I've got nothing else to say for this video, so thank you for watching, and on that note, this is Lord of the Cubes, signing off.